Hello.
Hey,
Oh,
hi
can
Lou, how
you
are you
hear
doing?
me?
I
Hello, hello,
can, I
hello.
can.
How are you
What's up,
today?
man? All well, all great.
We are
Good
very
to hear.
happy today in this icebreaker conversation because we are going to introduce our friend. I say that because before colleague, our friend Valeria, who is going to give us insights on this amazing topic that is photography. Is she around? Oh,
Yes, she is. Yay!
hey,
Hi,
hi, hola,
how are
Vale.
you?
Hey,
What an
Vale.
honor to be here.
No, we are honored to have you. So we have known Valeria for the past
Many years.
20 years, 15 years or so. 15, I think 15
Sí,
would say more. She's
sí,
been, we've been
yes.
working together in Antarctic cruises for all those years. We all started working together as guides going to our beloved Antarctica. And then Vale made his amazing path into maternity and photography, more or less at the same time, right?
No, photography started before
Before?
as a hobby, but professionally, yes, maybe hand in hand with maternity.
Right.
A roller coaster.
Interesting. I
Oh
bet.
yeah,
I
oh
bet.
yeah.
I bet. Bueno, let's jump right into it.
Let's go.
Yeah, sure. Let me. There you go. Look at that.
So
Ta-da! All
the
yours,
the
my friend.
idea when Lou came and proposed talking about photography, the idea was like to throw some lights on certain topics, but not to intend this as a technical talk.
Hmm.
So, well, brief introduction. I'm Vale. I'm guide and photographer, and I started with photography thanks to nature and thanks to my profession when I was guiding in Ushuaia in Beagle Channel.
Actually, I was going to ask you where that photo was taken.
No, that photo. This is the only photo of the presentation that was not taken by me,
Good.
obvious reasons.
That's all.
This was taken by Sandra Petrovits, a colleague in the Arctic in Greenland.
Nice.
And bueno, guiding in Beagle Channel, I got my first camera. At that time, like the only way to get some decent photos or decent practice with photography was with cameras
Mhm.
because we didn't have the technology that we have today.
Right.
And bueno, that was a one-way path, and that got bigger and bigger as I started sailing southwards. And maybe we can talk a little bit about the places where we go, the polar regions. These
Mhm.
are not just like any destination that you can go, like a big city or a more touristic place, maybe. And what we have to consider is that they are remote, they are hostile, they are changing, and there are strict regulations to follow there. For instance, with wildlife, distance from penguins or seals or nesting birds, it all changes, and you have to be aware of that when you are there.
Right. You mean that at the time that you're taking a
Exactly.
photograph is not that you can like lay on the ground
Yes,
and take your right,
wander
right,
around.
and wander
So you
around.
have to pay attention to all your photography thing,
Mhm.
settings, compositions, light, and all the things that are going on, but also to whatever is going on around you. Also, that the terrains are most of the time uneven, slippery. It's not like walking along a street. So you also have to be like pretty stable with your gear if you are carrying big gear, or have your hands free. And the same with the hikes in the Arctic. They tend to be long, and sometimes carrying very heavy equipment can turn can end up being like heavy.
Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Instead
absolutely.
of being
Because it's not that you are going to be there like for 10 minutes. Maybe you are hiking for 2 hours and you
mhm,
will regret carrying all of your lenses and all of your gear in your
yeah,
backpack.
poor preparation in that regard, and
Yes.
I mean, you have
And
to
bueno,
make up your mind on what kind of pictures maybe you're gonna take or you're looking for, and get that those two lenses, not the
less is
600
more.
millimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And enjoy also the place where you are. No,
Yeah.
don't forget about that. Enjoy the process. In the Arctic, we also have to stay between boundaries between the guides because of the polar bears. So it's not that you can go and have a lonely moment in the Arctic. You always have to be with the group. And also consider that to get to land, we have to get on and off the zodiacs, and you have to get on and off the zodiacs your gear too.
And the transit, if it's windy, if it's choppy, there might be some spray, some swell, and you might get wet on your gear too.
Totally.
They're not very much weatherproof, maybe, but waterproof so far. Not really.
Yeah. And a few comments on gear and tips. The best camera is the one that you have with you. And this is a recent picture, I think from last year or the previous one. And you can probably notice that everybody is holding a phone.
Yeah.
So nowadays with a phone, you can make great pictures. You don't have to go out and buy a big camera before your polar trip. Yes. And this is a great opportunity to embrace the gear that you have and use it creatively. Yeah. So with what I have, what can I do? That's a great starting point. Now, if you already own a camera, make sure you know it to the detail before starting your journey. And if you are going with a professional camera and you are wondering which lenses to take, well, anything from a wide angle to a telephoto will do. And nowadays, most phones have these lenses too. Of course, there will be pros and cons of taking one or the other, but you can totally take good pictures with and videos also with nowadays phones. And also that the low temperatures may cause your batteries to run out faster than they would normally do. And you were mentioning before, Agus, about the waterproof gear. So that's interesting to consider taking a backpack that is waterproof. Also, one thing that I found very useful while working there and taking pictures is have gloves with straps, because if you need to take it,
Always.
Yeah.
Gloves with straps are a must. Always.
And the same with the backpacks. If they have a strap that goes around your waist and you can turn it around and open it and take whatever you have inside, that's very useful, because in the last years with the avian flu, you cannot put anything on the floor.
Exactly.
So you have to do everything in the air. And you have already all your clothes, no? So you're already walking, like with some stiffness. And if you add to that your gear, your camera, the gloves, it's a lot. So it's not as easy as you might think to take pictures or to go into photography in the polar regions. Plus the weather conditions, the wind, the snow, the rain, everything. Yeah. So that's something to take into account. And then at the moment of taking pictures, my biggest tip would be think out of the box. You go, take your camera, take a picture of whatever you see first, but then start playing around the scene. Start looking for different angles, wait for the moment, zoom in, feel the frame, and zoom out also. Change your perspectives, yes. Polar regions are huge, and one thing that we can bring from there is that this sense of scale, how small we are,
right,
in this big world, and taking pictures that reflect that is a great way of starting your journey through photography. I mean, you would think that for the Arctic you need a super telephoto lens to focus on the eye of the polar bear, but this is a beautiful picture as well if you step back and take some of the environment of this beautiful mammal.
Vale, can I ask you a technical question that has been around my mind for 20 years and I've never asked before? In the previous picture, or mostly in almost every picture in the polar regions, there's a lot of white.
Sí.
And white tends to burn the frame a lot. And
Sí.
since I don't use a proper camera anymore, I don't have that problem. But it used to be my biggest issue to get the right exposure. So do you, as a general trick, would you underexpose just 1 or 2 points just to be on the safe side and from there go up? Or how would you do it? How do you do it?
Probably it depends also on the light conditions. No, it's not the same to have an overcast sky than a clear blue sky. And also the time of the day. Yeah. That also has to do with it. But if the conditions are super bright on the pack ice or on the snow, on a glacier or whatever, it would be wise to underexpose maybe 1 stop or to take a polarizer filter.
Okay.
That will help you with the reflections as well.
Copy that. Thank you.
Roger that. Going back to the sense of scale, because maybe if you take the same picture but without the zodiac, you wouldn't really understand the size of these icebergs.
Right.
So introducing these elements, either people or zodiacs or animals, help work out the sense of scale in a photograph. Yeah? Same again, a person.
Yeah, that guy. That's a great set of pictures with that guy. I love it.
Look for clean backgrounds. It depends where you are, but penguin colony, there's lots of penguins. Or maybe you're in a landing and there's lots of people also taking pictures to the same penguins, and you have something in the background that is disturbing. Look for clean backgrounds, move around. Maybe you are pointing that way, but if you turn that way, you will have a clearer background and your subject will pop out. Yes. For instance, remember the previous picture that was full of king penguins?
Yeah.
So try to look for clean backgrounds. Same with this fur seal. Maybe if I stepped 1 meter, 2 meters to my right, I would have the brown mountain behind, and the silhouette of the fur seal wouldn't have been noticeable. But by moving to the left and having the white snow behind it, it makes very easy for this fur seal to stand out. Bueno, if you have beautiful conditions in the polar regions without wind and you have these incredible reflections, take advantage of it. Yes, and you don't necessarily need super still water. When it is also wrinkled, as it is on the photo on the right in South Georgia, it looks more like a watercolor. So you always have to take what you have and do something with it. Yes, I mean, don't expect for perfect picture. Who knows what's a perfect
knows what a
picture
perfect
for you
picture is,
and
right?
what's a perfect picture
Right.
for me, no? And there's no such thing as bad weather. So you would have thought, okay, we were in the Arctic looking for polar bears. There was a lot of fog. We could see literally nothing, but you can take a picture like that, playing around or thinking out of the box.
You can find the monster in the mist.
Exactly, and the same with the seal. Below there was a little bit of wind blowing, and there was first snow, and that's how we got this. Or like Luciana coming out.
Unbelievable. Of the fog.
In Deception.
Deception, right? Yeah.
See. And when you think that everything is like monochrome, well, no, think out of the box and go for the monochrome and use whatever the weather conditions are giving you to create with. Yeah. And look for colors, look for textures, for light, for shadow. Even in the pack ice where everything is white, you can play with the shadows of the ship. Or in the picture of the upper part on the right, the Antarctic
Turn.
I lost it. we're giving here a sense of scale and also using the available light. That was not much, but it's beautiful. Yes. And the same with the colors. Everything is not just white or blue or black and white like the Adelis. I mean, there is color also in the polar region, so look out for it. Well, the same with the blow of the whale. If the light hadn't been coming from that way, we wouldn't have seen the blow. And the textures, because there's such a wide variety of textures in the ice.
And in that photograph as well. That's beautiful, Vale.
And then the colors in Greenland. I mean,
and this whale, it's something that every time you see a whale, it happens, and it brings me to the matter of thinking ahead of the shot. You want to take this picture. You want to see that blow. So you have to start looking, where are the whales? Where is the light coming? And you wait and you take 1 million of these pictures until you got the one that you like. But it's a matter of being ready for it. You know what you're looking for, and then you work on it.
And be patient, right?
Like here, yes, you have the scenery. See? You have the subject. You have the whale. Yeah. See? So wait for the moment the whale comes out and get that spout. So it's step by step, but you have to be observant and you have to be patient and you have to wait for things to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Also, if you don't know where to start, a good way to start or a good starting point would be using photography as a storytelling tool. See? For instance, imagine that you come back from your polar expedition speechless because it was
as you will come.
As you will come, yeah. And you had to tell your friends and family who had no idea about these destinations, what is it like to go on an expedition like this? But you have to tell them only with pictures. You have to communicate only in a visual way. So how would you do that with the pictures of your trip? So when you are there, think, okay, no, first we got to the pier, then we got on the ship, then we had the mandatory briefing. So like if you had to tell the story again, but only with pictures, that will help you a lot in which way to take, or which way to go. So what is it like to see whales in the polar? No, they were by the side of the ship, literally by the side of the ship. How is it? What are the zodiacs like? What is the gangway like? Bueno, like this. When we were in Greenland and we were interacting with the locals and the kids were helping, tell stories with their pictures. See? Or the polar plunge, or the drake, or the safety drill. You can totally capture all of that. Put a story.
I look at the photo in the middle, in the Drake's Passage, and it kind of reminds me of being sick. I'm sorry.
That's why I don't have a picture of the bow. No,
even though, right.
The best place to take that picture would have been the bridge, and it wouldn't.
No way.
Not my favorite place to be.
But that is a great photo because it takes me actually to how I feel.
So from wherever you are, you can still document it.
Right.
Okay. I mean, it's not all wildlife and landscapes. That's what I mean.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's the people, there's the place, there's a lot.
And or even, I don't know, you can go to the bridge and take pictures of how the ship works, no, with the officers and the hands and
if you are allowed.
If you're allowed, see, always. You always have to ask. And also photography as a document and a visual legacy, no? And here I brought this phrase that I love, and I think it can be applied to any kind of photography. See, photography is a certificate of existence. What the photograph reproduces to infinity has only occurred once. The photograph mechanically repeats what can never be repeated existentially. If it's not in a photography, in a photograph, it stops existing in a way. So I was thinking, now imagine my kids, they are 5 and 7. if I talk to them about a Walkman, and I don't show them a picture, they will have no clue about it.
Mhm.
Okay?
Totally.
And I bring this because of it's the easiest way to understand this is taking photography as a historical document. See? And if we take it to the polar regions and we think of the famous photographers of this super famous expedition, I brought this one, but there are many. Frank Hurley and Shackleton's expedition. If you follow the pictures, he's totally telling the story with all of these 6, 7, 8 pictures that are here. See, you can totally read Shackleton's story, at least the part of the Weddell Sea Party. No?
Mm-hmm.
But photography is powerful. And the same way with you, Lou, in science.
Yes, absolutely.
No? With the Happy Whale program on board, with the citizen science.
Exactly.
Because it gives you tools. It's not just a photograph. You are freezing a moment forever.
An individual, a
Sounds
person.
cheesy, but
Exactly.
it's not. They are not just pictures, no. Especially if you think consciously about them, and if you put your heart on them when you are doing them. No? So this would be my best tip. Keep your eyes open and keep taking pictures. I don't know if you have
all the time.
All the time.
questions.
And actually, one of the things that happens now is it's this. I mean, everybody has a camera in their hands nowadays. We all do because we have our phones that we actually do not use as phones anymore, and we use them as devices for other stuff and for taking photos. And yeah, take advantage of that. I was going to ask you a question and it slipped my mind. So have you been on board ships solely as a photographer
No.
so far? Do you think it would change a lot?
Being an expedition guide or
Have you no my question exactly. If you have been on board a ship being only a photographer once, does it change a lot? In which regard?
Absolutely, yes. Because if you are on board as a guide, I mean, what I do realize is that to have a variety of pictures of the different species with different light conditions, you have to go there many times, no? Because you don't see all of these in one trip. Okay, but you are working.
Absolutely. No, of course, you have definitely.
Photography is not the priority.
Exactly. No, but what I meant is by the things that you feel like photographing, do they change a lot? Do you feel like a different curiosity when you have like all the time in the world and you're only doing that? Does it change a lot your view? No.
No. What changes is the experience, the way of seeing, no? As you keep on taking pictures, you start looking. In fact, the last time, the last time I was there, the last 2 times I was there, I took less pictures because I look for different pictures,
right?
Or new compositions. So I wait for things that surprise me.
Absolutely. I think that happens to us all. Like when you go several times to one place, I think it definitely happens to me. I barely take, I don't know, 10% of the photos that I used to take.
And also take a few minutes to put your camera down or your phone in your pocket and be there.
Totally.
Absolutely, yeah.
And the same when you are on board and you have access to internet. Don't waste your time scrolling in your screen because there might be a whale
other people's Instagram.
Exactly.
Looking at other people's
that
pictures
didn't happen in our times, you know.
No,
we're really disconnected from the world.
Right.
We barely have an email access.
That was a very nice thing in a way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
And do you use your camera the same amount of time that you use your phone, for example?
And I do more videos maybe with the phone.
Right.
I feel more comfortable. but I see, and it's like, you know, like a clash that I have between the camera,
too.
because I tend to see like this,
Mhm.
and with the phone,
Mhm.
like just now. And
Absolutely.
Why? But this is something, a discussion I've had all my life with everyone. I take pictures like this with my
Me
phone.
also, I do also, but then this won't be
Why do
useful
people
for
started
social
to take
media.
pictures? I know, now I know.
Bueno,
But it's
that's
like,
the
why okay, but in your birthday or your kid's birthday, you're not going to post a million pictures in whatever social media, because and then I asked people, the other day I was asking my sister-in-law, well, do you have your TV up straight and at home,
Claro.
or you have it
And your eyes are like this.
horizontal?
I mean,
And your eyes are like
natural
this.
for us.
But guys, you hold your phone like that. That's why, because you hold your phone like that.
Not for taking pictures.
Let's go horizontal.
Let's go
I'll think
horizontal. Yeah.
about it. I'll think about
Until I
it.
take too many horizontal pictures and Vale starts screaming at me, I have nothing vertical.
Because then I don't have material
I know. So
to work with.
it's like that old passenger told us once, one like this and one like this.
See,
One and one. Nice.
exactly.
That's a good one. I'll take that
Yes.
home. Vale, thank you so much for this minute,
Welcome.
and I hope we can have you again with a more technical.
Maybe.
Maybe. We would love to. Bueno, thank you very much, and thank
Bueno.
you, everyone. Remember to leave your questions in the commentary, and we will post this on our YouTube channel for you to watch later.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vale.
Bye bye.
See you soon. Bye,
See
Agus.
you. Bye.
Bye bye.